Welcome to CrocodileMtg. Hello everyone and welcome back to match number 2. My name is Jordan with CrocodileMtg and today we are playing Esper Control in Standard. So we're waiting for our opponent to decide if they want to draw or if they want to play first. And our opponent chose to play. This hand is definitely a keepable hand. We have a lot of 2-drops in case we're playing against something aggressive, and we also have the thought erasure in case we're not. So we're going to let our opponent lead here. Our opponent, it looks like they're mono white, so possibly splashing the blue. So we're going to go ahead and let our opponent, build up a board. We're going to use this thought eraser to take anything threatening. So our opponent plays out a Vanguard, but we don't care about that because we have our Moment of Craving. So the question is, do I want to take damage this turn? I think I want to prevent a Johnny from coming down. I know it's not going to come down next turn, but I just want to be able to kind of prepare for it. And this double history Benalia is definitely a threat. So I'm going to start by taking the 1. We're just going to keep putting lands on top of our library. I think that's good for us. And we haven't been taking a lot of damage from our lands, which is also good. So our opponent here, Hollowed Fountain History, and they're swinging in. So next turn we're going to take 3 again. So I'm going to play one of these Godless Shrines tapped. Pass the turn back, and we're going to Moment of Craving this Vanguard. And by doing that, alright, our opponent has a Legion's Landing now. So I do want to be careful when I play this Moment of Craving, make sure I play it before their attackers, because we really don't want that to flip. And next turn we're probably just going to wipe the board, which is going to be good. Alright, so hopefully our opponent doesn't play down this Bodyguard. I don't see why they wouldn't, though. Yeah, and what do they name here? Night Token. Okay. So I'm not worried too much. We are going to... Yeah, we're just going to Kaya's Wrath here. Ooh. There we go. So we have the Kaya's Wrath, and then we also have Cast Down and Moment of Craving for anything that our opponent follows up with. So we're taking 4 here, but they're not flipping this Legion's Landing, and that's just so much value for us. Okay, we're taking 5 here. So down the 9. So now I have to make a decision. Yeah, I think I'm going to play out this Teferi. I think it's just too much value. And I'm definitely going to take it up. And then I'm going to cast down his Marshal. Alright, so we drew an Isolated Chapel. Alright, and we're going to pass the turn back. So we have cast down for the Marshal, and then we have Moment of Craving for this token the following turn. So I'm not worried at all in the current state we're in. Alright, so we're going to let that happen. Alright, so our opponent's actually going after us, which is good. Kind of using the life total as a resource here. So we're taking down, we're taking 3. And now what we're going to do is probably tick down. I could see ticking down on this Marshal and killing this Knight. And just buying ourselves some time. So I'm going to play this tapped. We'll pass the turn back. And hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us for not playing this Moment of Craving when we could. Okay, so they're attacking our Teferi here, which I have no worries about that. We'll see what our opponent plays here. Hopefully it's not another Vanguard. Okay, they're nowhere close to that. Alright, and a Dauntless Bodyguard from our opponent. Alright, now we drew a Chemister's Insight, which I'm not... I think we're in a pretty good spot right now, especially with how our deck's built. We drew another Chemister's. That's not great, but it's not terrible. Alright, so I think I'm going to play this Isolated Chapel here, and we'll go to our end step where we'll untap these here. And now, like I was saying before, we're just so ahead on board. Alright, our opponent actually concedes here. So against mono white, they probably have negates and things sideboard. So I think I still want these Bell Haunts, similar to mono red. I think they're good blockers. I'm trying to think. Probably want these Hostage Takers. I don't feel like the Kaya's Wrath comes in here. Maybe it does. So our opponent probably has negates. So I could see cutting a couple of these like absorbs. I could see cutting these precisions. I think we just want to make our deck pretty low to the ground in removal. I think they're pretty. They're faster than the absorbs. An absorb off the top's not bad, but I think these thought erasures are good. Moment of Craving, Cast Down, those are all good. Negates are pretty okay here. I could see trimming one of them. I don't think we need both. Maybe we don't need the thought erasures. Maybe we leave negate in, because they come down pretty quick. I think I want to... I don't know, because I feel like a Johnny is not a game over card, though. I just think it's an annoying card. But we have the Vraska's Contempt, so we have ways of dealing with it. Maybe this Kaya's Wrath doesn't come in. Maybe if I'm worried about a Johnny, we keep an Absorb in. I'm going to play this and see how it goes. They are faster than the discard, so I don't want to, especially since they're on the play, I don't want to waste my turn to trying to get them to discard. Now, we have an awkward hand, because we have the Carnium, which is good, and we have the Bellhaunt, which is good, but we have all tap lands. We don't have... We also have the Hostage Shaker. I think this hand's good enough to keep, but I'm really hoping we find a Hollowed Fountain or Watery Grave for these. We are on the draw, and our opponent did mulligan down, but sometimes it's better for them. So we'll see here. Alright, found another Carnium, which might be okay, but we'll see. Our opponent with all of the Legion's landings. We'll see if they have another one drop here. Okay. So they're going to be able to transform this Legion's landing unless we find... Yeah, there's nothing here that we can find, really. So I'm going to play this Drowned Catacomb down. We're in a rough spot, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so here comes the team flipping that Legion's Landing. And that Legion's Landing is really the powerhouse of this deck that can potentially cause us so many issues. That being said, if our opponent doesn't find anything... Alright, they're one land or one... Yeah, they're going to get a City's Blessing here. That's rough. We're in a rough spot. So our opponent here going to think... That being said, they don't have the 3-drop. So we're not in a terrible spot here, because what's going to happen is we're going to take 4. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to warrant our Sentinel here, or Sentry. And I'm going to put it on top. It's going to buy us a little bit of a turn. Hopefully if we find another land. They have a Vanguard here. Okay, that's not great. Alright, so Vanguard. We're still gonna play this Chromium next turn. And now I have to debate if I want to get rid of this Knight token. I think the Knight token is more... No, the Knight token's gonna cancel that. So the Knight token's gonna die to the Chromium next turn. Am I saying that right? Canarium. The Cry of the Canarium. So that's going to die next turn. And we're going to be taking 7. No, we're not. We're going to be taking a lot. Alright, so we found another tap land. At least we can play Hostage Taker next turn, and as long as our opponent doesn't have a way to remove it, I think we're okay. Alright, so we are taking quite a bit of damage next turn. So we're taking 9 here, it looks like. If we find a land off the top, we can Hostage Taker, and we might just want to Hostage Taker this Knight token, to be honest. So we found a Godless Shrine. What does that do to the board? So our opponent with 1 card in hand, I might just want to Bell Haunt here. A 3/4 blocker on this board's pretty good. So I think that's what I'm going to... Did I mess that up? No, I didn't. Black, black, white, white. Alright. We're going to play Bell Haunt here. Hopefully it just hits in a Johnny. Alright, hits a negate. So now we have a blocker for these. And I think I'm going to play out potentially Hostage Taker next turn. Maybe Teferi is better. Alright, so we're not going to waste it on the Vanguard. So, what do I do here? Hostage Taker, steal Sentry Horn. Snub Horn, Sentry Horn, same thing. I could bait the Teferi with Teferi negative. He attacks the Teferi. Or I could just eat the token. I think eating the token would be okay. So how many permanents do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd be 1 short from a City's Blessing, which isn't great. But we have a blocker then for the Loxodon. The other thing I could do is take the Loxodon and try to cast it next turn. Maybe I just do that. And then I can Teferi. We'll see how this goes. Alright, so Dauntless Bodyguard. Naming the Knight token. Alright, that's interesting. So now I think I just want to Teferi and tick up. I don't think I necessarily need this. I don't need to play this Loxodon at the moment. Alright, we drew Vraska's Contempt, which is good in our current spot. So I want to make sure I have enough. Yeah, I want to untap 2 blue sources. And this actually untapping, you know, gives us one of every color. So our opponent's going to attempt to cast another Loxodon, I think, here. No. So I'm going to absorb that, which is just going to give us a life advantage. And I think that's just going to be... It's going to be pretty good here, so... Our opponent may... I was going to say they may want to attack in just to... Because I'm not going to block with this hostage taker, but our opponent just doesn't care. So I'm going to play this Loxodon. And now we have Absorb and Vraska's Contempt. Am I confident enough to start attacking in? Probably. Alright, so we'll pass the turn back to our opponent. And we've been really lucky they haven't drawn this third plains. Alright, our opponent concedes here. Thank you so much for watching. Please go hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video.